Hi everyone and welcome to sunny Daytona Beach, Florida and the headquarters of the great USTA Florida section. I'm Harry Chickma alongside Laura Bowen, who's in charge of marketing and membership for the Florida section. Also, Don Davis, the president of the USTA Florida Section Foundation. And so much excitement going on in this great state for tennis. We have leagues, junior tennis, also community outreach. Tell me, Laura, what do we have going on in the USTA Florida?
Well, Harry, this is such an exciting time for USTA Florida, and the two things that I'm most excited about are all of the great recreational opportunities that we're bringing forth for the junior players. Whether you're 3 years old or all the way up to 18, 19 years old, we have a great way for you to play tennis and have fun. I'm also excited about all the great membership benefits we have for our members, and we're going to be doing a lot more in 2013, so it's a great time for us.
And Don, you've had so much of a great run here in Florida, in charge now of the foundation. What are some great things going on throughout the section?
Well, one of the things that we like to talk about are things like tennis on campus that we have here in Florida. We've got 20 universities that have programs that keep players involved in the game. Perhaps high school players that haven't been able to play college tennis can play the tennis on campus program, and this builds the gap between their junior tennis days and getting into adult tennis.
And also league tennis, so much fun for all ages, gets everyone out there and kind of almost gives some of the older people and adults a chance to relive their college days, so to speak, in junior tennis. So tell me about the league competition here in Florida. Leagues
are the biggest part of our what we promote here in Florida. The greatest number of our members are members of leagues. The USTA has recently taken a look at leagues and made some changes that will help improve the league play experience. So we're looking for expansion of our league program even more than we've had in the past.
Absolutely, there have been some great changes to leagues. Tell me about that, Laura.
One of the main things that we did was we removed the categories of seniors, super seniors, and we've gone to really an age bracket. And you're going to learn a lot about that in the show today. And I think the benefit of that is you're going to have comparable players playing each other on court. It's going to be better competition and more opportunities for people to have fun playing the sport that they love.
Absolutely, and we did have a chance to check out some of that league competition. Here it is.
Well, for me, the best part about being a member of USTA, and I've been a member, I'm a life member, as a matter of fact. They have these different memberships. And my mom gave me the membership a long time ago, so I got it when it was a bargain. It's the people at every level. I've been to national tournaments and I've played at local, and they all have a common goal. They all love the game. And no matter what, we all can go back and say we had fun playing. We shake hands at the end of the match. So that's what I love about tennis, and that's why I'm here, and USTA pushes that to the nth degree.
It gives them a chance to compete in events that they normally wouldn't, and it's an opportunity to re-meet your friends from around the state, and nothing better than competition, and the USTA provides for this.
What I like about league tennis is that it keeps me active. I feel like it keeps me younger, and I have my kids involved, and my kids get to see me compete, and they see that mom does something too.
I love it for the friendship. All my friends all over the state. People play it for a lot of reasons. I think recreation is first. League tennis, I really think the team tennis is why people play it a lot. It's just be with their friends. Second's the competition. There's a lot of competition. It can get pretty fierce, and they have a lot of fun.
I'm more relaxed now. I was a junior player, and I took it so seriously, and my game started to kind of falter because of that. But now, since I'm having more fun with it, everything's more relaxed, and if I go out and play well, I'm excited. If I go out and I play terribly, I'm still having fun with it, and that's the great part.
Tennis is just an awesome program. It brings actually families together, friends together, husbands and wives, mothers, daughters, fathers, sons. They can play on teams together. They play other teams. They work towards advancing to the next level. I think that's what makes our program so special, is that they can advance and play teams from other parts of the state, and then advance to a national and play teams from all over the country. That's what makes it so exciting.
The restructuring of leagues is in the adult and the mixed league programs only, and will allow players of the same age to be playing against each other based on their NTRP rating. Gone are the labels like senior and super senior. It's all age division now, and we're all adults. We in Florida are super excited about that because we don't have seniors and super seniors. We have nothing but active adults in Florida.
It's nice to see every age level back in the game, where you have the real little kids, you have teenagers out there, and then you have adults coming back that used to play in the high school or college, and everybody's kind of getting back in.
Well, it was truly special to see the players competing, and it is growing here in the USTA Florida section. We're going to take a quick break, but there's much more coming up here on the broadcast: coaching tips, junior tennis, and community outreach. We'll be right back from Daytona Beach.
This coaching tip is brought to you by AAA, offering exclusive savings for USTA Florida members. Call 352-460-2532 today and tell them you are a USTA member.
Hi, I'm Harry Gilbert, Director of Tennis at Hammock Beach Resort, and I'm here today with your USTA Florida coaching tip. To make better volleys, you want to remember to lead with the bottom edge of your racket. You need to open the strings to volley the ball deep into the court. If your racket face is too closed, the ball will either go in the net or fall short. Remember, if you toss a ball against a backboard, the ball will always go down, and we want our volleys to go out. So remember, use your continental grip, lead with the bottom edge with the strings open to make better volleys and win more of those close matches. That's your USTA Florida coaching tip.
I-League.
I-League. I-League.
I-League.
To stay young.
To win.
I-League for camaraderie. I-League. I-League for the fun of it. For the competition.
No matter what age or skill level, USTA Florida has a league for you. New players join the USTA for just $30 through December 31st. To find a league in your area, visit USTAFlorida.com/leagues today.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to sunny Daytona Beach, Florida, the headquarters of the USTA Florida section. Harry Chickma alongside Laura Bowen and Don Davis, two enthusiasts here helping to grow the sport of tennis in Florida. And we talked about league tennis, which of course the adults and players of all ages and abilities love. But how about community outreach, sharing the love, helping to spread the sport? What do we have going on here in Florida?
Harry, this is something that is so critical to our mission here. 90% of our membership dues go right back into the community, into programming, recreational opportunities, leagues. You know, Don, as president of our Florida Section Foundation, has been so integral to getting the money and the resources out there. So I'm going to let him talk a little bit more about what we've been doing there.
It's the USTA Florida Section Foundation. It's the giving arm of the USTA Florida Section. It was started in 2004. In 2005, we started our grant program, and to date we've given 10 grants worth just under $90,000. These grants go to improve the life, the health, the quality of life of Floridians here in Florida. We help kids, disadvantaged programs, kids that need to have somebody help them with their tennis opportunities. We've done some refurbishment of courts. So the focus of the program is very broad, all public tennis facilities, and we try and help everybody promote tennis here in Florida.
And how about the Veltri Tennis Center that we saw down south? It was amazing to see the wheelchair tennis players competing. You gave quite a bit of money there. Tell me about that program and how you helped them out.
That's a fantastic program. We help them get some of the wheelchairs that are special for tennis players, or athletic wheelchairs. They didn't have the money to do that. The foundation was able to step in and give them those wheelchairs, and that has changed that program tremendously.
And tell me how you feel the sport of tennis can help, save a life or help a life. I know for me, it kept me off the streets growing up when I played the Florida Open, some of the best memories I had down in Fort Myers. And, how do you feel that can help young kids become heroes and really better their lives?
Well, it keeps them active, keeps them, as you said, off the streets. It's really important to provide structure for these kids, and that's what our programs do. So that's really what we're looking to do with the Florida Tennis Foundation.
You know, a lot of times, Harry, we partner with other organizations that are really working to bring those life skills. So we add tennis to what they're already doing, whether that's teaching kids about nutrition and how important that is. I know we did a lot with the Hebney nutritional consultants, and then we also work very closely with the Malvia Washington Foundation up in Jacksonville, and they do a lot to make sure kids are doing well in school and become well-rounded individuals. So we do partner with other organizations and become, you know, a really nice addition to their existing programming.
Absolutely. So much that the USTA Florida section does. Let's now take a look at the program in Plantation and some other awesome initiatives.
You look at the kids that are getting introduced to tennis, you know, they make it affordable for families to bring their kids out and do. I mean, I look at some of the communities that they go in, and the First Serve program was a great part of that. Here are kids who had never heard of tennis. The parents couldn't even spell tennis, but taking the program into that community, making it affordable, and a lot of times it was just come out and enjoy the program. There were no costs. They provide the rackets, the balls, the instructors, so the kids and the parents all get exposed to something different. And especially in a lot of the black communities. I mean, that's more, you know, to my heart, because it also gives these kids a chance to say, there's something more than basketball, something more than football. You know, there are tennis scholarships out there. Here's something else to strive for. And I mean, it's huge.
We focus on getting young people involved in the sport, and we promote tennis for young people and some people who don't have the advantages of other people. People who may not have the monetary ability to play tennis, we bring tennis to them so that they have it as a sport of a lifetime. So I'm proud to be a volunteer with the USTA Florida.
Since being with them for a number of years now and seeing a lot of the different programs and things and having been a part of that, I also volunteered at one time, worked for the Arthur Ashe First Serve program when it was first initiated. And that was my intro into the community part of USTA and how the membership dollars and, you know, everything that they do actually comes back to my community. And that's really what spurred me on to give more and volunteer more and become a more integral part of the organization. People you get exposed to, people like yourselves and others, I mean, you get to meet them and you get to just enjoy the, you know, camaraderie of somebody who has the same passion that you do. And I mean, you make lifelong friends and network.
The problem was these people would like to play, but they have no equipment to play on. No tennis venues have wheelchairs at their offices for people to come down and use. So this is the project that we moved on, and this was why the grant was written. To bring wheelchairs down to keep at a tennis venue so anyone who's disabled on a cane or in a wheelchair can come down and try. The USTA gave me the opportunity to move this grant into reality, and it's wonderful. I went up to Health Care South, talked to 50 people in wheelchairs, and they do a lot of things. I said, well, why don't you play tennis? And they all looked at me, well, how? I said, well, I have the answer. The USTA has enabled us to go out and buy 6 top pro sport chairs, and they're here. So come down and play. So it's a wonderful opportunity.
What do you like about wheelchair tennis?
Just the competition part, and I can play with my wife, I can play with, you know, a neighbor. You don't have to necessarily play against somebody in a wheelchair. You can play against another person, you know, able-bodied. The only difference is we get 2 bounces. So as long as they're, you know, playing like they get 1 bounce, I get 2, I can play a regular match. It's really good. We do a lot of mixed doubles with my wife and some of her co-workers and stuff. It's fun. On the tour, it's like everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows when there's a new person that's really competitive. It's fun.
Where do you go out and find an organization that can go out and see the problem and reach out for people who can't play? How do you go and you help them solve their problem? There's no other facility that does that. The USTA, and I've been a member a long time, and I am proud to be a member. In fact, I got my book and I learned how to play doubles a little better this week. But the hints are great. So the USTA and their funding organization with Linda and the Florida group has made a reality of a dream no other group. And I've written to other people with different grants, and no one has come back like the USTA. So I am proud to be a member, and I am proud to be here.
You actually are bringing tennis to maybe some kids who may not have gotten tennis before. One of the things I love most is being at events and meeting the people, and you know, you get a chance to talk to a lot of the parents, a lot of the kids, and you find out the needs, and the USTA Florida staff is wonderful. So I think they do a lot of wonderful, great things for tennis and for people.
Well, indeed, it is all about giving back and helping the community here at the USTA Florida section. And what are your thoughts on that with giving back and also the Veltri Tennis Center?
One thing to say about Veltri, which is really important, is that it was a joint effort between USTA Florida as a section and the USTA Florida Foundation. And I think that you saw what an impact that had. So, you know, Don, how much money did we give total from the foundation and from the section?
Well, from the Share the Love program, we gave $11,000, and the foundation made up the difference of their grant application by giving $6,000. So it was definitely a joint effort, and the Share the Love program and the foundation operate as a combined giving program for USTA Florida section.
And also Meals of Hope, something to look forward to as well.
Yeah, that was exciting. You know, we, at our annual meeting last year, we had, probably 300 people in a room packaging these meals, ready-to-eat meals that went out into the community for families that are really struggling. And, you know, we've done more with them, Don, right?
We have. We're going to do it again this year.
Great.
Last year we packaged 42,000 meals in a little over 2 hours, about 300 volunteers. And it's a nice way to get everybody at USTA Florida involved in our giving program. We had a ball, we had music playing, it was an event that everybody enjoyed, and they've all asked that we do it again this year. So the foundation is sponsoring that program again this year, and we're going to do Meals of Hope again this year.
Well, very excellent stuff going on here with the USTA Florida section. Much more coming up from Daytona Beach. We'll be right back after this.
This coaching tip is brought to you by Geico, offering USTA Florida members special savings on insurance. Call today for a quote and tell them you are a USTA member.
Hi, this is Jan Proctor from Delray Beach, and this is your USTA Florida wheelchair tip of the day. Whenever you are going for a stroke, you must hold on to the chair. If you're right-handed, your left hand must maintain itself on the wheel in order to maintain control of the chair. Otherwise, the chair will lose control, and your stroke that is going forward could end up with your chair backwards. Remember, hold on to the chair. That's your USTA Florida tip of the day.
Join USTA Florida and you can play more and share the love in your community. By joining USTA Florida, you'll get more opportunities to play and watch tennis and other great benefits. You'll also give more. 90% of your dues go straight back into the community. For details and to take advantage of great promotions for both new and existing members, visit USDAFlorida.com/membership.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Daytona Beach and the headquarters of the USTA Florida section. Harry Chickma alongside Laura Bowen and Don Davis. And we've touched upon the communities, league tennis, but now we're going to focus on the grassroots and really the beginnings of greatness, and that's junior tennis here in Florida. You know, needless to say, a long list of legends coming from this amazing state. Marty Fish played the juniors, Andy Roddick, also Jim Courier, maybe one of the most famous. He is in the Hall of Fame. So tell me about that.
We have a phenomenal program here for juniors, and one of the things that I'm most excited about is what we've done with 10 and under tennis. You see these little kids out on the court. They're 3, 4, 5 years old, and they get so excited. They can't contain their excitement, and having the modified balls and the smaller rackets really helps them pick up the game. They start with skill-type games that help them improve their hand-eye coordination, and then they graduate to playing points and other type of match play. So what's really special about 2013 is we're going to start to develop more fun recreational style tournaments. So the focus will be on getting these kids to really enjoy playing the sport. And we think that'll provide a strong foundation for those who eventually will go on to play more competitively here in Florida.
Also getting involved with schools. I mean, USTA Florida is doing a fantastic job with that. Tell me about those.
Schools tennis is a big part of our program and what we do here for kids. And there are several different programs that we have available to schools. We started out, I think, a lot with the PE departments and getting it to be part of physical education and just kind of showing kids this is how fun tennis can be and encouraging them to stay active. And with the 10 and under tennis initiative, we've really graduated to have things like kids tennis clubs where you can have a club after school, kids can get out there and play and really start to develop skills and eventually maybe play a league, which is what we would love to see them do.
Absolutely. What we've really started to do is train phys ed instructors with the age-appropriate equipment. We've, through grants, given equipment to schools for these programs, and it's great to get these kids young. As you and I know, tennis has not always had the best athletes come into the sport. So if we can get them younger, get them in their grade school experience with age-appropriate equipment, we can move them through the whole progression of USTA tennis.
And what do you think the USTA Florida section does that's so special to make players like Jim Courier and Roddick? Because I mean, it is really, maybe the capital of tennis here in America.
We also have some of the best teaching pros here, and I have to just plug them really quickly. We had some come out and do some pro tips with us, and you can see the caliber of teaching we have here in Florida. It really is phenomenal, and it is one of the reasons why you have a lot of junior players come here. They get to learn from the best.
Absolutely. And how about the license plate with Jim Courier? I mean, people are talking about this throughout the country. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. Well, that ties together very well with the USTA Florida Section Foundation. We started the license plate program about 3 years ago. Being the president of the foundation, I get to talk to other nonprofit leaders, and they're very envious of the fact that we have a recurring revenue source from the license plate. The Play Tennis Florida license plate, every time someone signs up for one, we get $25 back into the foundation, and that helps us build the funds that we need to provide grants that we talked about earlier to help grow the game in Florida.
Well, it is very exciting. Let's now take a closer look at junior tennis throughout Florida.
Well, 10 Under Tennis is this brand new initiative brought down by the USTA National Office that we are instituting here in Florida. It's a great initiative that I believe will revolutionize the sport of tennis, not just with kids, but for everyone who's beginning the sport of tennis.
With 10 Under Tennis, kids use shorter rackets, lighter rackets, different complexity type tennis balls, where a ball would bounce a little bit higher and give kids a chance and ability to swing and actually make contact. It builds success. It works on character traits. It makes kids feel good about themselves, not only in physical education classes, but in life. When kids feel good about themselves, they'll want to achieve in academics, in the classroom, and be proud when they go home as well.
All right, good try. Give me 5.
Having the slower balls that are easier to hit, easier to rally with, and they progress. So they can start with the bigger foam ball and then progress through the different balls as they get bigger and better and able to hit the ball the correct way.
Tennis is a sort of game that you can play your entire life. So we want to get these kids interested in it at a young age, get competitive, play for their schools, and maybe even get scholarships.
I think it's really fun because I get to play matches and play against other people and my friends, and I get to move around and play a sport.
I think he's learned how to play competitive sport, both singles and doubles, learned how to be part of a team.
I like tennis because it's fun, you're active, and I like winning.
It's just a great way to spend time with my son. I mean, he loves it so much. We're up at 6 in the morning sometimes that he has us out there. He just loves hitting the ball, loves improving, loves playing with his friends. It's just a great thing to get us all together.
Well, what we want to do with schools is to make sure that every student has the opportunity to play tennis through PE, and we want them to feel that early success and have fun, so they're looking for more opportunities to play at their school.
We have the opportunity to build great habits for life by using the 10 and Under program in our after-school programs.
Tennis is a healthy lifetime sport, and it teaches more than just the physical tennis and fitness skills. It also teaches them life skills. that they can take with them, you know, as they grow through their middle years, high school years, some of the more challenging times at school, that can be helped through sport.
USTA Florida really loves to give a lot of its money back to the community in the form of grants, particularly programs, and tennis is one of those areas of priority that we feel will really help grow the game of tennis in Florida. So we like to award grants in terms of equipment for programs, for private, public schools, anybody who's interested in offering tennis to their kids.
Well, there's no doubt the USTA Florida section is very prestigious, and the junior players are definitely on the rise, and so many fun things for them to do on the courts, but it wouldn't be possible without the volunteers.
Oh, you're so right, Harry, and we heard from them in, one of our earlier segments. We have the best volunteers, and Don's a phenomenal example of how passionate our volunteers really are about this organization. We have a relatively small staff, so everything we do, whether it's in the community, our competitive programs, our tournaments, our recreation with the kids, some of these events draw 50 to 100 volunteers. So it is phenomenal. We're very fortunate to have such a great relationship with our volunteers.
Also, the adults have a lot to look forward to as well.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about 10 and under for kids, but there's some other components that we're really looking at for adult tennis.
Actually, it's a new initiative for USTA Florida. We want to take the 10 and under format to the senior population. We think that there's a great opportunity to get seniors, probably 60 and above, although we haven't really set on those age brackets yet, back on the courts, short courts, with what we call age-appropriate equipment, and it can be age-appropriate for the senior population. Get them back out on the courts and get them a little bit active.
Absolutely, and we have these Rogie balls here, which is a lot of fun, Laura. So
yeah, so we have this as the the lowest bouncing ball, and we use this in terms of the progression for maybe your most beginner player to kind of get them used to the game and how to hit the ball, hand-eye coordination. Tell us about some of these other balls we have here,
Well,
Don.
we also have the red ball, which is a low compression ball to be used with the beginning group. We have the orange ball that has a little bit more compression and is closer to the yellow ball, and then we have the yellow ball, which is the standard ball, but the yellow ball with the green dot being the highest progression in the 10 and under tennis before they get back to the yellow ball.
And how can people get involved?
Well, I like to talk about the giving opportunities at USTA Florida. We have two ways that people can get more information. One of them is the foundation website, which is www.USTAFloridaFoundation.com, and the other is through the Share the Love website. You can get all kinds of information, and that one's www.USTAShareTheLove.com.
And to learn more about the programs, like the different 10 and under initiatives that we have, and also to learn more when we're ready to launch the adult programming, to learn about our leagues and everything else that we do, the best opportunity is to go to USTAFlorida.com. You can also connect with us on Facebook, which is one of the best ways to find one of our events if you're interested in volunteering. So go to Facebook and search for USTA Florida.
Well, Laura Bowen, thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Don Davis, thank you so much.
Thank you, Harry.
Great to be here, and thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you on the courts throughout the USTA Florida section. For the rest of the staff, I'm Harry Chickma, and we'll see you again next time.